Hi Geminis, how are you? Geminis, the Earth's brilliance. The Earth, I just am starting to love Geminis so much. I'm continuing to have this deep respect grow for Gemini's intellect. It astounds me on a regular basis. It intimidates me, really. Okay, regardless. Welcome to your weekly love reading. I'm trying out a new spread. The way this spread works is we have your energy for the week. This is where you are with respect to your love life. This is where your quote-unquote person's energy is. Husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, ex-partner, okay? Whoever your person is that you think about in terms of love, this is their energy, okay? I'm not going to talk about if they're earth sign or air sign or whatever. I'm not going to talk about that. This is their energy this week. Okay? It could be towards you. It could not be towards you. These energies tend to reflect and mirror each other a little bit, so I'll combine them in that aspect. Then we have the card at the bottom of the deck, the overall energy, what the challenge is this week, what the benefit is this week, and what the outcome is this week. At the bottom of the deck, the overall energy, Geminis, is the High Priestess. We couldn't ask for a more appropriate card for you, really, and your intellect and your kind of highly attuned awareness of human behavior. Okay, that's the overall energy. So what that means is anything that's happening in your love life, you're aware of it. You're also probably aware of the outcome. You're probably aware of what they're going to do. You're probably aware of what you should be doing or what you shouldn't have been doing or what needs to be said. You're very aware. Okay? You are here. Okay? We have this Queen of Pentacles energy. She's reversed. So when the Queen of Pentacles is reversed, this indicates that you're not coming from a very generous place with respect to your partner. Okay, you might be a little upset with them. You're not really wanting to be overgiving. This could be because this could be a new person. Okay, and you're not really fully ready to open up and show them your brilliance yet. Okay, you're kind of being closed off, but you have a lot to offer. You're just not ready to offer it to them yet. Okay, maybe it's not deserved yet. Maybe you just met. Okay, if it's an ex-partner, yeah. You're not opening up. You're not being completely generous. Are you still kind? Yes. Are you still caring and real and down to earth with them? Yes, of course. But you're not sharing everything. And what's interesting is they are in this same place. They are being closed off. Okay? This could also indicate that you're not fully in a place financially where you want to be, and so you're not ready to get into a solid, wholesome, committed relationship because you've got a couple other things you want to iron out first. Financially, that could be the case too. But again, they're in the same place. They're withholding too. So whatever the case is, there's a strategic decision, a cognitive decision to withhold right now. And that's not a bad thing. You also have this King of Swords energy. So again, you're an air sign, you're a Gemini, yes. So you are thinking very strategically. You're thinking long term. You're trying to figure out what their next move is. Not in terms of manipulation, not in terms of one-upping, but you're just trying to figure out, where do I stand? Where do I want them to stand? Where do they stand? You're just trying to kind of figure things out. And in essence, because you're really working to figure things out, or maybe you know some things already, you're not giving everything up right now. Okay? Something's happened in their love life. If this is somebody that you just met, they all, when you just meet somebody, we all have our external love lives, okay? Ex-partners, people also trying to date us, all that type of stuff. Okay, so if you have just met somebody or you're thinking about reconnecting with an ex, okay, they are going through some sort of heartbreak situation, or they're deeply hurt and bothered and overwhelmed with sadness and anxiety right now over something. It doesn't have to be over you, but they're going through some things right now, and that could also be why they are withholding. You might be very aware that they need this time and this space. Okay? There's not full love connection yet. This isn't a full soulmate connection yet. If you're in a full committed bond, you're both withholding. One person's really hurt, so something happened, and you're not feeling the love right now towards them. Okay? Doesn't mean there was a breakup or anything like that if you're in a long-term committed bond, but there are hurt feelings on both sides. Three of Cups. Okay? They are, there's other people on the outside. So if this is an ex, they're dating other people. If this is a, but again, if they're dating other people, that's kind of a good thing because it means they're not in another committed bond, right? If you're thinking about coming back to them or trying to get them back, that's a good thing. If you're just starting to date somebody, yes, they might still be going through a heartbreak, but there's still other people trying to get their attention. Okay? If you're in a committed bond, there's a social aspect. It's almost as if they're trying to force themselves to push through this anxiety by forcing themselves to be social. Okay? They're trying to force themselves to kind of give themselves back that energy. They're trying to take care of themselves in that aspect. This also could indicate a third party. Maybe that's why you're not, why you're upset with them. Maybe that's why you're feeling the need to be strategic about what you communicate with them and give to them. That is a possibility too. We have the Fool card reversed here, Gemini, for you, and this indicates that there's not a new beginning. Okay? It doesn't mean that the ex isn't coming back. It doesn't mean that you are leaving a relationship and moving into something else. It doesn't mean that you're going to start having this commitment with this person either. There's kind of, you're in stall mode. But the good news is you've gotten past the World card, which is the 21st Major Arcana card. You're getting ready. You with your love life and possibly with this person, you're getting ready to go to some other next level with them in terms of something. You're getting ready, but you're not quite there yet. And it might be because of all this other stuff that's going on. But it's right on the brink, okay? It's definitely here. But there's this like secondary consideration that's taking place on your end. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to give them space. They need to work through things they're withholding. There's other people involved. And then we have the Emperor card here. So one, I know I said I wasn't going to say it. They could be a fire sign. They could be an Aries. But they might be very much involved in their own life. Okay? They might have a lot of other stuff going on, which maybe they're trying to fix their financial situation. Maybe they're trying to force themselves through work and action to get through this. Okay? They're taking a directed approach. The good news for you, if you're watching them and analyzing how they are as a person, the good news is if this is them taking on the Emperor type of energy, they're being accountable, they're being responsible, and they're doing what needs to be done to move themselves forward. And I think that sounds like a beautiful type of person that you might want to go to the next level with. But that's up to you, especially if there's a history here. Okay? If you're in a long-term bond, again, they're at least being accountable and responsible here. They're taking leadership of what they need to do themselves. They're not relying on you to help fix them. The challenge is we have the Lovers card reversed here. So there may have been a lot of back and forth, okay? Thoughts of there may have been chemistry and then no chemistry, and then you realize they're a good person, so you want to stay with them, or you're not to that love level yet, okay? Or you need to get back there, but you're not there yet. That's the challenge, is how do you get there with this person? How do you get back there? How do you get to there? This is right on the brink, again, though, this new phase in your love life. And if we're talking about a person here that you're thinking about, whomever it is, you're right on the brink, but you're still figuring stuff out. You're not to this soulmate connection. Okay? You're not to this is my business partner. This is my partner in crime through life. You're not at that phase yet, but you are right on the brink. We do have the benefit of the Two of Wands. So there is this past and future aspect to this card that means that there's a pause, there's a decision, there's a moment where you really take all of the components into consideration when making this decision. Okay, including your intuition. You're taking a moment to really analyze this person, their dynamic with you, your dynamic with them. Okay, all that stuff. There's this moment where you're pausing and you're thinking about it. This is a good thing. This means you're looking at all the right things in the person and in the relationship. In your outcome, we have the King of Wands. So again, they too, this is not necessarily a person either, but this energy, and again, we have the Emperor here. So this again, they're looking at the right things. They're doing this too. Okay, this is the outcome for them. So they're taking accountability for what they're analyzing. They're also looking at all these components. Okay, they're being very analytical in a sense, and critical of what this could be and do for them, and what they could be and do for this. Okay, this is a very, very good energy to have when looking at a relationship as a whole, because it's not only looking at, it's not playing the blame game. It's not only looking at how one person makes you feel. It's not only based on chemistry. They're being very high level about this. And the King of Wands, it's actually, you know, it's an older type of energy. They like long-term stability, and they like the family aspect. They like, you know, they generally can be married or wanting to be married. So there's a lot here. This is kind of a big reading, Gemini. So I'm really curious how this resonates with you. So please leave your comments below, and let me know how this resonates with you. And two, let me know if you like this spread, because it's a new spread. I've never done it before. I kind of made it up, but I wanted to do this analysis between the two people since we're going into eclipse season and there's going to be major changes. And I'm already seeing it in my private readings, okay? I think I did 14, 15 private readings today, and it was just, you can tell that the energy, this full moon eclipse, you can tell it's upon us, because the questions, the agony, the worry, it's all there, okay? It's all there. Lots of people are feeling it. And so, one, you're not alone. Two, I just wanted to look at a relationship from this dynamic. So let me know if you like this spread. All right, thank you so much, Geminis. Have a great week. Bye.